Sup fam, it's your boy again, and you know what time it is. Fortnite video time! And today I'm joined by my friends, Drake and Ninja. That's seriously who these guys are, so putting their name in the title of this video is totally not clickbait! Now a lot of you have been blowing up my feeds lately saying that I fake my videos, that I have someone else play for me, and that I just kinda sit here and react. Well, that is totally not true. I mean, why would I lie? Except to make myself look better and rake in those sweet, sweet YouTube dollars! So today, even though your accusations totally don't bother me, even if they do kinda bother me, I am gonna show you my hands while I'm playing. Haters gonna hate. Boom! Let's do this! So here we are playing Fortnite with my boys. Drake, I hear you're a fan of this game. Oh, boy, look at that sick kill. Wasn't that a sick kill I totally just got? Yo, Ninja, aren't you jealous of that kill? I hear you're pretty good at this game, but you know I'm better, right? And you can totally tell it's me playing because you can see my hands right now live in that upper right-hand corner. Yeah, Fortnite! Cool. Kind of bored of this game. Anyone want to strip? No? All right, let's get Froyo. Froyo YOLO! Internet, welcome to Game Theory, where it is officially the end of Battle Royale week. So far, we've scientifically proven that the tilted tower meteor should have completely reinvented the Fortnite map, and we've disproven all that scaremongering around Battle Royale games causing kids to become more violent. But today, I wanted to ask an even more important question. Can I prove that there are positive effects to playing these sorts of games? Parents and news outlets often claim that video games are causing violent loners and social outcasts, but is that really true? I mean, games like Fortnite and PUBG are online with other people. Most players like to play with other friends, form teams. So can playing Battle Royale style games help make gamers more comfortable in social situations? Are they making you new friends? And most importantly of all, can I prove it with science? Since, you know, it'll make people more likely to believe what I'm saying. Again, I had the hypothesis that they are. My hypothesis here was that games like PUBG and Fortnite were actually helping gamers create new friend groups and making online gamers better socialized relative to others with similar personality traits. With that being said, let's see what the data showed. As a quick reminder to help figure this out, I asked you all to complete a survey. 330,000 of you responded from countries all over the world. The US, Canada, Spain, Brazil, you name it, it was in there. Even some countries I'd never heard of, like Your Mom and Your Mom Gay, which I can only assume is like the relationship between Virginia and West Virginia. Your Mom Gay, the Democratic Republic of Your Mom Super Gay. Other represented countries included Tighty Whitey, Timid But Rages a Lot, and What is Nationality? My Name is Michael. It's odd you never see that nation represented at the Olympics. I really would love to see their flag. Then, whether you were from America the Dank, the good old US of A, or any of the other 120 different ways of writing the exact same country, I asked you all to tell me which Battle Royale games you were playing, a bit about your gaming habits, and then some information about your personality via the Myers-Briggs test, which breaks down your core personality into one of 16 different categories. The first key finding was that regardless of whether I was talking about Fortniters, PUBGers, bothers, or neitherers, the distribution of personality type was largely the same. Nearly 25% of all responses fell into the INFP category, known as mediators. To let you know how unusual that is, only 4% of the population is that type, and yet here it was in the data, 25% of you guys responding, nearly twice the size of the next closest category was the mediator type. It's crazy! Now, mediator personalities are more often than not reserved and shy. That's where that introverted I comes in at the beginning. As a result, mediators often feel misunderstood. They have a tendency to withdraw into a form of hermit mode, figuratively, and sometimes literally hiding away from the outside world, seeking escape via their passions. And passionate they are. For despite that quiet exterior, they have a fiery inner emotionality which leads many to express themselves through art, writing, poetry, social media, and of course, video games. In a tight race for second place were the pattern-loving logicians, INTP, the 3% of the population who immerse themselves in debating ideas and theories, and the independent charismatic campaigners, ENFP, the 7% of the overall population who crave freedom and creativity, who still see life as a puzzle but work through it via emotion rather than logical reasoning. So between those three types alone, you had nearly 165,000 of our total responses, about 50%. And yet, if you were to add those three types up as they appear in the outside world, it would only account for 14% of the worldwide population. It's crazy how the personality distribution of gamers can be so vastly different from the overall world population, right? Oh, and if you're wondering who's doing all that shouting over voice chat, it seems to be coming from a few bad eggs in the ESTP type, the entrepreneurs, described as the eye of the storm, the type to leap before they look, the ones who lead a life of risk and the ones who are bluntly honest. According to the personality assessment, they tend to break the rules and live by their own moral compass, and based on our data, they're also the ones who are least likely to turn off voice chat by a huge margin, an enormous 66% choosing to keep it on. Compare that to the average for introverts at 44% and the average across all extroverted personality types at 58%. Now, one thing that those personality stats showed was that, while yes, Battle Royale games tend to attract more extroverts, there seems to still be a majority of quiet introverts playing these sorts of games. Our data gave it a 60-40 split. So were these players socially stronger than introverted players who specialized in other genres of game? If Battle Royale games were truly helping their players in not just the battle arena, but also the social arena, you would expect to see the numbers for both online and offline friendships increase with more exposure to Battle Royale style gaming, both for introverts and for extroverts. So back to the pivot tables I went to look at three groups: the Battle Royalers, who played both games, the Pub Nighters, who played one or the other, and the iDubbers, the ones who would say, I don't usually Battle Royale, not to be confused with mega fans of Content Cop. This time I moved away from the aggression and risk-taking questions from last episode and instead looked at a different series of responses, ones where I asked about both online and offline friendships. How many close friends do you feel like you have? Do you consider people you meet online to be friends? Do you follow up with people you meet in a game over things like Discord or Skype? And across every single question, the more Battle Royale you played, the more likely you were to report higher levels of positive social activity and satisfaction. For example, when asked whether they had a lot of friends in the meat space, only 18% of iDubbers said that they had a lot of really close friends. That jumped up a full 10 points to 28% for Pub Nighters, and the hardcore Battle Royalers were at a whopping 35%. The same held true with online friends. When asked whether they follow up with people they've met through a game, only 33% of iDubbers said yes. That jumped up to 44% for Pub Nighters, and a whopping 53% for Battle Royalers. It's a huge spread of a hugely positive influence. But again, there's a variable here that we have to account for. All this could just be the extroversion talking. After all, making new friends is going to be a lot easier for people with an extroverted personality trait. And in PUBG and Fortnite's team modes, communication is absolutely essential so that you can trap enemies in that perfect pincer, or to make sure that you're not building walls in the middle of someone else's staircase. So to ensure I was comparing like with like, I separated out the extroverted gamer dataset from the introverted ones, so I could eliminate outgoingness as a potential variable here. And it was here that the positive benefits of Battle Royale games became perfectly clear. When introverts responded to, would you say you have a lot of friends IRL, only 11% of iDubbers said that they felt like they have a lot of friends. That jumped up to 17% in Pub Nighters, and an astounding 22% with the hardest core Battle Royalers. For extroverts, the Battle Royale friendship boost also occurred and was even more pronounced, jumping from 40% saying they have a lot of close friends on the low end to a whopping 55%, an enormous 15% increase in the Battle Royaler category. The same held true with online relationships as well. When asked when they followed up with friends from games in places like Discord, introverts went from 32% yes for the iDubbers to 52% yes with the Battle Royalers. The data is screaming that there's a positive relationship here. But again, that's only numbers. Anyone can have a larger friend list, especially those who play a game that encourages you to build that friend list. Except here's the thing, perhaps the most positive finding of all of these episodes. These relationships are real and they're long-lasting. For both introverts and extroverts, when given the opportunity to agree with the statement, I consider people I meet online to be friends too, about 28% 38% of iDubbers did, a number that jumped to 44% for Battle Royalers, which ultimately means that these games are encouraging new sets of friendships that feel and behave realistically, even if they're only taking place in a virtual world. And psychologically, it makes sense. When activities performed together help build trust and understanding, a friendship can form. A number of studies done over the past decade have asked the question, can games with their physical separation and their visual anonymity create the same level of bond? A number of studies have concluded yes, they can. One fantastic study named Social Interactions in Massive Multiplayer Online Role-Playing Games even found 27% of the male players and 47% of the female players in their study to find themselves attracted to other players that they had never met in real life. Move aside, Tinder, there's a new best dating app, and it comes with sniper rifles. And I don't mean that as a sexual innuendo. And according to another study titled The Effects of Playing Cooperative and Competitive Video Games on Teamwork and Team Performance, while playing games only solo competitively might not do much, playing games with any cooperative gameplay, even competitive team-based gameplay, can help promote teamwork and positive social skills. According to, oh boy, The Effects of Pro-Social Video Games on Pro-Social Behaviors, International Evidence from Correlational, Longitudinal, and Experimental Studies, pro-social behaviors acquired from cooperative gameplay can last a long time after the gaming stops, making at least months-long improvements to social behavior. It's just too bad that it doesn't make improvements to making shorter research paper titles, huh? Am I right? Up top, slap the screen. While you're smacking the screen, rocket ride your way to the subscribe button. Cool, appreciate it. I feel accomplished now. So that's it. The numbers are clear. Battle Royale gaming not only doesn't cause increased levels of aggression, it's also helping gamers grow socially and find new friend groups. For those of you who are shy, the web is a perfect place to interact. According to a study of German internet users called Friendship in Online Gaming Among Emotionally Sensitive Gamers, shyness is usually caused by an excess of emotional sensitivity, often abbreviated ES. Those with excessive amounts of emotional sensitivity can often feel judged and stressed during in-person social interactions. Some of the separation that gaming provides, like physical anonymity, can help people with high ES communicate more clearly and comfortably, helping them develop attachments which are more difficult to make for them in person. This can do wonders to help someone who's normally unable to start building social skills at all to build a certain level of comfort before meeting in person. And who knows, maybe we'll all be the first generation to evenly distribute the social skills among the masses. We'll call it socialism. Wait, no, that's not right. When I first asked you guys to participate in this episode, I mentioned that it was my goal to prove the good that games can do. And I think between these two episodes, we were able to move toward that goal just a little bit more. As we saw in the data today, gamers represent some of the smallest percentage personality types out there in the world. And as a result of our unique combination of traits, it's hard for non-gamers to understand our worldviews, how we interact with things around us. As with anything that people don't understand, their knee-jerk reaction is to vilify it, condemn it, try to make it into something scary because it's different. But just because it's different doesn't mean it's wrong. The situation is far from the bleak picture that the outside world would paint, and by spreading awareness of who we are, and more importantly, the way our minds work, we'll be one step closer to bridging the gap. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. Speaking of learning new skills, did you know I'm working on learning how to solve Rubik's Cubes now? It's no joke. I've always been impressed by people who can do it, so I'm working on learning the strategies myself. As you can see, I've got a long way to go. I don't have a whole lot of time to practice, but I am getting better with the help of our partner for today's episode, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community covering everything that you want to teach yourself. You want to teach yourself magic? It's in there. You want to learn some advanced tactics for streaming games online? It's in there. And since, as our data showed, there's a lot of INFPs out there watching, you want to learn how to be a better artist in everything from watercolors to pencil drawings to After Effects to custom GIFs to custom GIFs? There, and there. Remember when I kept talking about pivot tables in this episode and you were totally like, what the boots is a pivot table? Well, guess what? Skillshare's got you covered there too. So now you too can crunch huge amounts of data in an attempt to erase decades worth of stigma against gaming. Skillshare has thousands of classes available for you to watch and learn online, higher quality quality videos than the type you're gonna find on YouTube, and definitely taught by experts in their field, not some rando with a camera. It's also more affordable than most other learning platforms out there. An annual subscription to the service is less than $10 a month, getting you unlimited access to all their high-quality classes so you can do the work you love. And not only that, but the first 1,000 people to sign up right now with the link in the description will get their first 2 months for free. So take advantage of the offer and go to skl.sh/GameTheorists, or since that's really hard to type in, just click the link in the description below. As you saw, 330,000 people took that survey, so if you are even remotely interested in educating yourself through high-quality online videos, well then get in before those 1,000 free spots are taken. That's skl.sh/GameTheorists. Now, if you'll excuse me, something different than Fortnite and PUBG, though they will be back. I've got one last PUBG Fortnite theory in the works as we speak, but that'll take a while. Next week, back to something scary.